Hi YouTube. I just wanted to make a little rant video, if you will, just about the Betta keeping hobby. As you guys know, I've done a spawn, one of the first ones I've ever recorded with a camera, and I don't consider myself anywhere near a breeder. I don't know a lot about genetics, and I'm doing as much research as I can. I don't think my goal will be to primarily breed show quality bettas. My goal is mainly to do a lot of research, become a good betta breeder and keeper, and just put out more healthy bettas into the hobby, as well as, you know, help out as many people as I can too as I'm doing research. The hardest thing I find in the betta fish community is not a lot of people want to share information. As much information as you can find on the internet now, it's not a lot. It's all pretty much the same from what I've read 10 years ago. And I think the problem is a lot of betta keepers don't want to, I don't know how to say it, like share their tips and their thoughts. And we're very diverse in the betta community. You have people who are spawning show quality bettas and keeping them in gallon jars, and then you have people who only keep 1 or 2 bettas, and they're like, well, I only keep mine in 10-gallon tanks. The reality is, you know, if you're a breeder and you have more than 100 bettas at one point in time, it's more ideal to keep them in gallon and half-gallon containers because you need the space. It's time-consuming to clean as many tanks, and because of their temperament, you can't keep bettas together. I mean, I'm fortunate enough, these ladies are about to reach their 1-year birthday in September, and they seem to be getting along just fine, but I know in the back of my mind, you know, at any given point, as they grow older, they become more aggressive. So, although this is the sorority that everybody dreams about, I could end up having to separate 6 individual bettas, which means I need 6 individual tanks for them. Or I could, you know, divide the tank if I wanted to. But point being is, if you're a breeder and bettas lay up to 300 eggs and you're going to be expecting 100 fry, you know, you have to make room for those fry. Which is why most breeders keep them in gallon to half-gallon jars. I would like to share more information, share what I learned, and hopefully other betta keepers feel the same way. Instead of just looking at my half-gallon jars that I used to keep them in, and even the totes that I have, instead of looking at them and judging me for them, you know, share information. And it gets harder and harder, as you guys know, when you try to join like a Facebook betta group. All they want to focus on is a betta needs to be in a tank with a heater and a filter. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I agree that if you're going to keep just one betta, why not just give it a 10-gallon tank with a filter and a heater to make it easier on your maintenance and to make the betta happy. Although I don't know if the betta will be happier in a 10-gallon tank because I don't speak fish, so I can't tell you that. And we have a little visitor today. He has a little sunburn because Mommy didn't give him enough sunscreen. Don't you love doing that? So I guess what I'm trying to say in this video, just to summarize it, is because we're so diverse in the way we keep bettas and the way we agree and disagree on it, I just think that we should all just come together. There's not a lot of information on bettas, and it's getting harder and harder for me as I try to reach out to local breeders. There's actually 2 here, but none of them reach out to me because once I tell them, hey, look, I'm not a breeder, they immediately turn their ears off. They no longer want to listen to me. They no longer want to hear about, hear my questions, get information. They don't want to share any information with me. And it's kind of sad. I mean, we all love and appreciate fish, why not share information? We want to become better fish keepers. We're not trying to take your ideas, and take your ideas and call it our own. We just want to become better fish keepers, and that's my point. Is you meet 12-year-old kids who want to keep bettas. You meet 14-year-old. I just met a 14-year-old girl who spawns her own bettas, and she knows the ups and downs of genetics. I don't. And she's actually helped me a lot. More than a 32-year-old grown woman living an hour away from me that wouldn't even, give me the time of day once I told her that I have X amount of experience with breeding bettas. She just completely turned me down. I'm not even an IBC member, so that just completely took me off of her radar. So let's all try to be a little bit nicer in the hobby, a little less judgmental, and let's not harass the fish either. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys take a little bit of what I'm saying to heart. I know all of us are just trying to become better fish keepers, whether we keep bettas or whatever, And if you are a better fish keeper, try to keep, share your knowledge, be respectful of other better keepers, and we can make the better community a little bit better and more enjoyable. So, leave your comments in the bottom. Let me know what you think about my insight on the hobby of keeping bettas, and like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll keep you guys updated on everything that's going on. Somehow he made it to my air pump. Wow.
I want these crackers.
What are you doing?